It's the perfect sight in a show match. New Civ versus new Civ. Golden Horde clashing with Sengoku. Welcome back to the channel, folks, for another caster game in our winner stays on show matches. Louis MT now up on match point. He's looking to end it the same way he did it yesterday. The secret broken Civ of the new expansion for Age of Empires 4. The Golden Horde. Wham has gone for the Civ that a lot of people thought was going to be the strongest, but as people have discovered niche strategies, Sengoku Daimyo's power on the rankings feels like it's been declining. Let's see if he can deliver here to stay in this series, to have a chance of snatching away the title from Louis. It's going to be an opening with the Yatai. Now, Louis MT, he's playing a Mongol variant. You'd think, oh, okay, well, this is a Dark Age Rush Civ, so he can punish the Sengoku for bringing these things out. Not true. Louis MT is playing a Civ that is not a Dark Age Rush Civ. It's very confusing, I know, but somehow... I mean, if fairness, I guess, not even somehow, but the correct way, this Civ is completely different. Yeah, because the Sengoku would normally be worried if this was a Mongol pick, but this variant Civ of the Mongols actually plays quite differently. The Golden Horde, I think, is the Civ that's always vulnerable to Dark Age rushes. It feels like one of the easiest ones to rush as well, because with the town center placement, all the resources are out of range, including that valuable Uvu. Yeah, it's a pretty tough one. And then there's the tech up timings. Like, I think Golden Horde, it's weird because they've been designed to be an aggressive Civ, to be a tempo-based Civ, but they actually struggle to hit those timings. And yes, there is money involved. Every single series. So staying on equal netting more money. You think I'd get these players to play for free? If only. We keep trying to basically help where we can within an affordable range, because like I can't make them millionaires, but at least try to give them something back instead of just casting pub games all the time. Because technically, like we could do that. We could have just continued just only casting pub games, but I try to give back to the scene where I can. And Louis is going to be Khan and Torgud. So we are going to get the stone cost reductions as well as the tankiness of the Torgud increasing. This scales kind of crazy, actually, the more I think about it, because the extra health does scale quite nicely into late game with biology. Yeah, I think building carts is just not worth it. Outside of a fast castle relic rush build, I don't feel like you ever want to go building carts. You've come here to seek shelter from the stock market? Ah, well, so wait, just to clarify, Crackety, you're saying you're trying to avoid the stock market crash? That's the prelude to us getting crashes. Just kidding, it's going to be Kipjack's all game. Wham, he is going for additional Yatais here. So if he's going to stop at 2, he might add in a third one as he techs. And the tech up is going to be the Coca Township. Yeah, so the Coca Township's really good here, actually. In general, I feel like Sengoku players going Ryokan is nothing more than a meme, but I'm looking forward to being proven wrong. Ryokan, if you remember, is the one that gives you a little passive heal when you're not in combat, but it also gives you 60 population space. So it saves you a little bit on housing. Like, mathematically there, it's pretty good. It means that landmark is basically giving you a rebate of 300 resources on 600 spend. But, hear me out. Do you know what's better than 300 resources back on a 600 spend? Assassinating people. Yeah, the Coca Township just gives you a great ability to raid. It also gives you a great ability to win fights with low DPS units because of the damage buff. Reminder, the way that the Coca Township works for Sengoku, they can spawn some shinobi for free somewhere on the map, either near one of your buildings or near a stealth forest. And then they have limited frag grenades they throw. The damage on them is not very high in Feudal Age, but they increase the damage other units do for a few seconds by 50%. And that's where it gets crazy. Imagine you have a Yumi that is balanced around the fact that it maximum can do 6 damage in Feudal Age. If I throw a grenade at that horseman that you're scared of, and I connect on it, your Yumi, now for 3 seconds, will do 9 damage before reduction. It's a game changer. And to make matters worse, if Wham scouts this correctly, he already has a target. Oh, please. Please just scout the deer. Because he should see them gone from the minimap. And if he sees that, he can just get free damage in already. So tech up completes. Scout the deer. Scout the deer. Oh, he might just naturally sit. Come on, if he's too slow, the fortified outpost will go up. Okay, he's gonna walk in. He sees it now. Just summon. Just summon. Go, my fledgling ninjas. Go. Wham. Wait, he's saving. There we go. They're in. Frag grenade on them. Now, if he staggers this, he will buff his damage. And he staggered it. So he's going to rush the outpost up now. But look at the damage this free unit he just spawned at 6 minutes in is doing. And they full on just Naruto Shunshin out of there. So, didn't get any worker kills. And Wham is going to be neglectful of his scout. But what I want you guys to think about is laying the foundation for a strategy. What has he just done here? He has just exposed a fifth of Louis' economy to easy death. Most of them are looming around 20 HP, which for Tughlag would be, not Tughlag, sorry, for like Spearman would be 3 hits. For Yumi, you could easily make that 4 Yumi to slay a worker. Speaking of the Khan, instead of his Tughlag. What? Oh my god, what's that? Alright, that actually might be my favorite proxy boar play. He walls himself around the boar and leaves the mill outside. Oh, that's actually brilliant. Because it would cost so much more time and wood to build the house into it. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. What a Giga Brain play. Because if he tried to surround it, the Khan would have just killed some of these workers. But goodbye, Louis. He's giving as good as he's getting. And we do now have Yari Cavalry coming in, which... Okay, that's kind of an interesting thought, actually. Yari Cavalry counters archers, but it's decent against Tughlag as well. Tughlag can take a lot of hits, but those hits are going to hurt. Yeah, 11 damage from these horsemen is a base against these cavalry. So he does 8 damage per strike, and he moves notably quicker than this heavy cav. Still, it's a pain in the ass to kill these guys. They have a ridiculous amount of health for a feudal unit. In fairness, though, and I just want to give props to devs for this, compared to some other editions in recent years, they have absurd health in the feudal age, but their other stats align with the logic of that. And they do still have a counter type. Yeah. The Khan griefing the rest of his army there. Because remember, like, compared to the Lords of Lancaster, these units have a clear counter in feudal age, spearmen. And they don't have high DPS. Like, for reference, remember, a Lord of Lancaster has 16 damage, you have 10. Your attack speed can get really good with the Golden Horde here on the Tughlag. But still, I think this is a unit that has been designed quite well. And I also think it has a pretty unique identity in the game, which I love to see. Yes, it is a Keshik, but it's a Keshik with a specific role. And it's a Keshik of a different design, because it has sorry, not half, 2/3 of the damage of a Keshik, but double the health, almost. And of course, it's balanced by the fact you can only build so many, because they do cost a lot of stone. Yeah, and that's really, I think, the lock-in of balancing Golden Horde is a lot of stone usage, a lot of things you could do with that stone early on, but you have to choose. That's a really important detail. I will say that this spawn is ridiculous, by the way. We highlighted this earlier for the raiding, but we never talked about the fact that Louis got double stone right next to each other and the deer. That is a wild spawn. Wow. So he locks in all of his stone nice and early. And you can see what Louis is thinking of doing here. He wants to go castle. Yeah, because Louis has a certain unit waiting for him in Castle Age, which tends to... What is the polite way? Completely break the game and kicks the devs in the nuts for thinking it was balanced. There's a slight misbehavior with a certain unit that comes in Castle Age for Golden Horde. And that misbehavior tends to destroy entire armies. Wouldn't be the first time it's done it here on Gorge with Louis at the helm. We'll have to see if he can get there, though. Because remember, it's not just saving up, you then have to tech up. And the tech up is vicious. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. And it also means in those 2 minutes and 5 seconds, you won't be able to add in additional Tughlag or replace a lost Khan. And Wham wants to try and punish him for looking for that age up. Love that read though. Louis, he saw the Yumi. His instant reaction is to get the body shields. We've got Karash on the way. Reminder, the Karash, they are low-cost units with bad stats, but they give +1 ranged and +1 melee armor. Meaning, against Yumi, it's a super effective choice. Especially considering that Wham has no time for estates. No, he hasn't built a single one. So he doesn't have the Hikokumi. He doesn't have, I think it's Hikokumi. He doesn't have the ability to get the +1 damage on his Yumi. I.e., get them up to 6 damage. Where they start to look pretty solid. Really? Just trying to get a new outpost up here, actually. But whoa, boy, whoa. Yari cavalry try to punish. Archers. I'll start having a poke at it. The Karash keep pulling away, though. That's a bit tricky. Louis, he has the Karash binded in with his spearmen, which is pretty rough here. It just means he's not always getting the armor. I think the Seljuk Dynasty will be added this game. Oh, possibly. I don't know if I'd say it's like that high of a priority, though. Part of it would come down to the selection of civs. Like, is Abbasids and Ayyubids high priority picks? If not, there's no point prioritizing another variant civ from that region. You're better off going to countries where the game is popular. Wham. Goes to the popular double Uvu location. Louis still looking for that age up opportunity. And he did just get the defensive already. Great switch there. It just buffed his health by 10% when fighting near this outpost. It's little clutch details like that are going to matter a lot. Because you have to remember to toggle these back. And they do have a cooldown. So you can't just keep toggle. Because you also not only have to wait before switching back. But you saw the little eagle flying in. Whenever you switch edict, it sends out a little messenger bird to all of your outposts. And well, we are going to get a stone-hungry boy here. Relic Uvus has been queued. So Louis does not opt for the Muscovy Yasak, despite the fact it would make his heavy cav impenetrable against Yumi, because he doesn't really need it. He thought it could already have 4 armor, which is good enough against these Yumi. You said the game is quite popular in Turkey, but you've already got Ottomans. I guess you could do like an Ottoman variant civ there. Maybe. But also keep in mind, like, what is the buy power? Like, when we say it's popular in Turkey, is it selling a lot of units? Is my fault. And what is the value? Because remember, with some countries, the DLC, like, games will be priced cheaper. So Turkey, for example, was a very popular country for this for a lot of things in the past. For example, until recently, you could pretend that you were from Adobe. That you were from Turkey, rather, with Adobe, and you would pay 10% what you would if you lived in the US. So the problem with that, and it's no offense to Turkish people, love to have people from any country playing the game, but from a financial standpoint, it's like, that's not going to get you much money, is the thought, compared to if you made, I don't know, Korea. If the game became popular in Korea and you added Korea, you know that Koreans are paying basically like towards the high end of the spectrum, if not the highest price in the world. It's sad, I know. Sorry, Turkish fans, but like that is a business logic, right? It's like you're not paying a Turkish developer to make this DLC. You're paying an American developer an American wage. Can't add Korea as a variant? You watch them try. AoE4 is 35% cheaper. Really? That surprises me. How intriguing. Like, that's why Japan is such a smart add to the game, by the way. Like, Japan would be full price, I'm pretty sure. So, tech up's complete. Now it gets interesting, folks. Look at what Louis queued up. Oh, boy. And he's saving the stone. He's also looking to rush relics, because remember, he went relic Uvus. So if you can get 1 or 2 of these back, it generates more stone. Even without that, relic Uvus has the passive effect of buffing your stone gathering rate by 20%. So each of these now generating 72 stone a minute. Guys, this Kipchak strat is broken. It is, like, I'm thinking about all the strats I've seen. And I don't think it's the most broken, in that it shouldn't really appear as often because people stop you getting there. For example, Healer Elephant beats it in that regard. Like, Healer Elephant is there at a point in the game where you can't easily stop it. But if we do get to Kipchaks with triple shot arrows, it is probably the most broken unit in the game right now. Because these Kipchaks not only shoot 3 shots, but for some reason, they will get splash damage. That's right. These are basically Mangonel horse archers. They're horse mangoes. You guys, you know, Tughlag was like, why are there no catapult elephants? We got catapult horses. And it's coming. Triple shot now on the way. Can't say every strat is broken. I don't say that every strat is broken. What are you on about? Have you heard me say Yadi cavalry are broken? Nope. We said that okay into Torgud. In theory. And wow, okay. Cool idea, and I've seen him do this before, but I don't think this is the matchup for it. He's going for Ikko Ikki spam. I assume it's just for relics. There is a strategy where you get mass Ikko Ikki and use them to heal. But I don't think this is the game for that. Technically, it would remove the bleed effect from the Kipchaks, but the thing that's killing people isn't triple shot bleed, it's just triple shot splash. Every game I say that the strat, the player is broken. Okay, go clip it all and compile it for me if that's true. I think the one we highlighted today was Radari. We definitely haven't said every strat is broken. Also, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. People like hearing that things are broken because then they like to copy it and win the games. And oh, Shinobi! The buff's good here, but hold on a second. Can he stick to him? The veteran Yari in. The Kipchak, they have got splash damage, but they need a front line here. Gotta be careful of those Yumi. The Yumi! Ooh, no. Calm down, son. Those are gonna melt. This is the difficult part when you have to start retreating like this. It's so hard. He does get away with it, though. I think the Yari cavalry actually scared the crap out of Louis there because it is a 5 ranged armor unit. So splash damage is strong, but like your ability to like kill things is weird there. So where this unit looks really broken is against low armor units because the splash damage is still got a register based on an amount of damage here, right? 12 and then the 6. So where this unit really just breaks the game, and the splash is completely unintended, the devs have confirmed it's going to get patched, is when you're playing against spears, archers, unarmored units, this will break the balance dynamics entirely. Wow, he's getting 4 relics? Louis, though, he's getting something powerful soon. Guys, if you thought this was a lot of Kipchak, just wait. He's going for batch reinforcements. So instead of getting 2 Kipchak for every production line, he's going to get 3. And by the way, that batch production doesn't cost you more resources. No. You pay the 300 like you normally would. You're not going to pay 450 now. You're just going to get an extra unit for free. And the last relic has been picked up by Wham. He set up a relic Uva over here. And he has been upgrading his stone gathering, by the way. Yeah, so he's getting 93 stone a minute now from each of these. Yeah, the UI doesn't show you relic Uvus correctly. So the only way you can confirm if someone's got relic Uvus, you'd have to find the monk and click on them to see the count. Which is really convoluted and silly. And Louis is up by 8 villages because the Golden Horde do build villages quicker. 2 villages every 37 seconds. Okay, here we go. Kipchak against Yumi is a wipe. Like, you can't fight this. It's impossible to try. He goes for the Shinobi. Okay, wait. He clipped one. The formation slowed down a lot there. The Spearmen are going to jump in now. Kipchak shot starting to come through. Spearman wave to try and clear out the Mounted Samurai and the Yari. He's got the extra armor as well, so the Yumi not clearing as fast as they normally would. But it's going to be a dive pass. He's still trying to reach those Kipchak. But Louis, he just cannon fodders with everything. Archer spears can all be disposed of. The Kipchak's the only unit that costs a lot here. And they're the thing surviving. They're the hardest thing to reach as well. And this bleed, it does add up on the Mounted Samurai if they somehow survive the flurry of arrows. Line is thinning though. Louis is only Kipchak left standing. He's going to have to back off here. I mean, he's being a bit ambitious hanging around like this, actually. It's costing him more than he's gaining. Khan's coming back, though. It's mainly just Yumi left for Wham, and this is where it gets scary, remember. We talked about this. This unit should not beat this one. Not in his current state. He's killing 2 instead of 1. Like, this is the contradiction, is if you have Kipchak, they should feel bad against Yumi because you'll overkill them. But what happens is you don't overkill because when they're stacked up, you shoot 1 and you kill 5. Oh my god. For anyone who's played Dota, it's like Lunar Glaives. You throw 1, it bounces to someone else. It's that type of feeling. Wham. Not one to give up easily, though. He's got the Daimyo starting to come into the equation. So buffing up his attack speed. He's creating a front line to slow things down. They are starting to flop. We've got a trickle of men-at-arms. Louis' challenge right now is he can't really dive these emplacements. But remember, as was just asked by the chat, his eco inflates quicker. And on top of that, this is getting ridiculous. Look at the amount of stock. He's up to 8 stockyards. That is 32 workers on food infinitely. And he's got the stone to start buying the improved gathering rates. Meanwhile, when we look at Wham, I mean, the foods are starting to dry up. I think, did he leave the boar? Yeah, it's still got 1,400 on it. He's playing deer in the corner. A little raid came in there. And Kipchak's got keep on keeping on here. Oh, man, the idea of the shinobi is really cool. Remember, if he at least clips one of them, that's going to slow the whole formation. Louis. He's looking for a switch up here. He's going horseman. Okay, so that is interesting. So he feels like, I guess he just feels like he needs to use Kipchak to bleed the knights. And then horsemen to wipe the field. And look, horsemen are kind of your body shields as well. Also, the bigger issue is, like, look at Louis' gold. He doesn't have any. He's actually, oh my god. I don't think I've seen a Golden Horde player with so little gold before. He can fix that, by the way, by going for this edict called Stockyard Edict. Which he can afford right now. So if he Stockyard Edicts and builds an outpost here, he'll start generating gold by gathering food on the stockyards. And that would fix his problems. That would allow him to, for example, go into Keshiks. Now, we did see the estate starting to get added in properly here for Wham. So it's going to be Oda plus the Hojo. Oh, sorry, no, he went Takeda, not Hojo. So Takeda coming through, which means he just got the movement speed increase. He's also buffed the Yadi Cavalry's damage. Which is interesting, actually, that he queued that one up, considering he hasn't got any Yadi Cavalry now. I think Wham is actually playing this really well. Because it feels like someone who wouldn't have been on point micro in these fights, the game would have already been over. Because Mount Samurai is still strong, but they can only do so much. Like, his Yumi lines, you saw how quickly they got erased. But props to Wham. One thing I would highlight he done really well is using the line formation a lot. Because when you use the line formation, it creates thinner clumps as opposed to this. This is where you have to be careful. Wait, Wham? And Louis, the micro that he's not doing, he's not clicking into the formation. When you do, you can wipe everything. Yeah, and there you go. He switches over now. Oh my god. Look at it. He's killing 3, 4 at a time. Holy crap. I'm telling you, like, at the micro level, if you indulge it with Kipchaks, people can't play mass army against you. It's crazy. We had it yesterday where B had 100 military. He had this fat line of spearmen, of Ghazi, of archers, and the Kipchaks would just shoot in, and they'd hit 6 targets at once. You know, there's a lot of strats that are broken for their timings and they seem really strong, or what, like maybe broken's an overused word, if you feel that way, like the person in chat, whatever. But if you think about the one that looks most out of place, that is definitely a bug and not intended, this is the obvious one. And he baits the Yumi forward again. Horseman now just bodying it. He's going to target snipe down the Yumi. They're just evaporating. Mad Samurai is still going to be able to hold on, though. But it's getting difficult. He barely has any cav. He's queuing up non-stop Yumi. I'm sorry. I thought Golden Horde were the ones with the Karash, a.k.a. the body shields. But if you ask me right now, these Yumi are being treated like body shields. And not very effective ones. No, they're made out of hay. I can already anticipate the post in the balance chat about this. Wham, just still trying to hold on with trash mobs. He can't really even go mangoes against this either. Guys, these are Chugenu on horseback. They shoot 3 times. They will actually kill siege. Baits in another fight. Even got a few Roost tributaries mixed in there, which get bonus against Cav. Yadi Cavalry, which should be the perfect counter. Even they get splash damaged. Oh my god, Louis will defend his title. I ain't miscalling this one for a second. I'm not banking against the Kipchak. The more I watch this, I am genuinely serious when I say this might be the most overpowered unit of the DLC. It's a bug. It will get fixed. But for now, Kipchak are kings amongst the dynasties of the East.